Is golf getting any easier? As you can see here, I've got 3 different styles of woods and we're going to find out if the game's getting easier. Guys, if this is your first time watching any of my videos, do remember to hit that subscriber button and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any future content. Also, follow me on my social media as well for plenty other golfing stuff. And a bonus, at the end of this video, I'm going to be announcing the winners of the 2 wedges and the putter giveaways that I did recently. So make sure you stay tuned for those to see if you're one of the lucky winners. So, is golf getting any easier? As we can see here, we've got drivers through the ages. Let me just put these in order. Probably almost by beauty. No, not quite. What we've got here, we've got the old wooden wood. It's actually got a graphite shaft, but it's a wooden wood. Then we've got one of the first metal-headed drivers with a steel shaft, and then we've got the modern day driver. So we're going to find out, is the game getting any easier? Because the object's still the same. We're still trying to hit the ball in the same direction. Generally, we've still got to exert some form of control over the golf ball to try and make it easier. So is the evolution of these clubs making that easier, or is it just that it's just not going as far? Can we still control the golf ball with, you know, the same amount of control with different woods? So let's get into it. What I'm going to be doing is hitting a tee shot with each one of these, seeing where they end up on the fairway or not on the fairway, how far they've gone. Not too worried about distance, because I think we all can say that this one's probably going to be going further than the wooden one. So it's more about the forgiveness element and what sort of results I see if I don't quite strike it. So 1 tee shot off this tee, going to go over to another tee, play another hole and see how we get on over those 2 holes to see if golf is getting any easier. So let's get straight into it. So even on initial looking down at these guys, as you stand over these and look at them, it's actually noticeable, number one, that this metal-headed driver isn't quite the same size as the wooden-headed one. But then as we get up to the modern-day one, it's obviously getting bigger. To me, this wooden one actually looks the most beautiful out of all of them. The actual worker, my dad gave me a bit of a history lesson about this. He wanted me to do a 45-minute presentation on where this club came from, but we're not going to be doing that. But this actually is a thing of beauty. It's gorgeous the way it's been varnished, the whole building process. You know, it takes real time and effort, and it was a guy, Peter Broadbent, who actually made them, and it was, you know, you can tell that there's some love and attention gone into that, and he's really put his heart and soul into that. The metal one, the first one, looks okay, a little bit mundane, almost looks something like you get from the Argos catalogue nowadays, but you know, not so good. And then we've got the big boy, the new one, modern day. Obviously we know all the materials go into it, a lot more advanced, a lot lighter, but like I say, looking down at them, there's some noticeable differences, and loft wise they look more intimidating as well as the as you go back down the line. So we're going to start off with the wooden wood, see how we get on with that one, and hopefully we'll be seeing if this game is getting any easier. If not, maybe it's got a little bit less sore on, well, it's got a little bit more sore on the eye possibly. But this is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm anxious about hitting this one, let's say. So the wooden wood, number 1. Whew! Thing of beauty, thing of beauty. Not a lot of loft on it as I look down. Got to peg it a little bit lower, but what I want to see is if I don't quite strike it and I'm prone to getting a little bit low out of the heel, what will the results be like? Will it be drastically different? So I'll pick my line, give it a swing. Oh, now that, to be fair, I didn't quite get that, but it was only slightly out the heel, and it's not shaped massively worse than what the new shape one. I was expecting that to really move then when I felt it a bit heely, but it's only moved 15 yards in the air. The big noticeable thing is there was no real launch and it dropped out of the sky. I think as we move up the years, we'll probably see something that is a little bit heely or toey, still launch and still get a little bit more carry distance out of it as well. That was diving a little bit more as I did it, but overall, not bad, not bad. So big stick number 2, or should I say long shaft, tiny head. This is almost like that PT3 wood that Tiger Woods had when he burst onto the scene. I mean, it's meant to be a driver and it's got a smaller head than that, so I think it might be less forgiving than the actual wooden wood here. So I'm not expecting big things from this one. I'd almost be happier probably teeing off with the wooden headed one more of the time. So good setup, same swing. Let's see what the outcome is if I get it from here. Oh, that was awful. That was disgusting. Disgusting, but it's straight down the middle. I've actually got away with that. That was struck really out of the toe there, but seemed to do okay. The big thing that I've noticed from these two woods is such a flat flight to compare to what I'm used to. Not launching up in the air, not getting that big carry distance. But in terms of two poor strikes, they've done all right so far. They've done all right. Okay, so driver number 3, modern day driver. Looks really nice. Actually almost has a bit of a classic element. Not a lot going on with this driver, the new Mizuno one. It's a bit sleek looking. Let's see. Hopefully I actually misstrike this one. I'd like to say I'd be good enough to actually do that on purpose, but we all know that isn't true. Let's see if I get this and what happens with it. And that was a misstrike. And it has come out quick, it has launched high, but the problem with that is I've actually lost control of it a little bit quicker. With it coming out so quick, I'm probably going to be in a bit of trouble down there now with this hole. So even with new technology, I've still got to exert the same amount of control because the ball's coming out that quick that the hazards come more into play here as well. With the old two, they don't, so that could actually be probably the worst one out of the 3. So let's head down to the fairway and see how we've got on. Right then, so we've got down to where the balls are, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the best ball on this hole and then I'm going to play the worst ball on the par 5. So at the moment this would be classed as my worst one. Now this was the wooden wood. It's not actually that far from where I am on this hole. I'm past the 150. I've only got 120 yards in. It's somewhere roughly I would normally be, but I'd probably hit my rescue to there. Like I say, wasn't my best strike with the wooden wood, but it's okay. If we zoom a little bit down here, we can just make out the one there on the left hand, on the rough hand side there as well, that was pretty close to going in the trouble. Now I was pretty fortunate with that anything a little bit wider probably would have been in the trouble. So I think with that being the new driver as well, sorry guys, with it going a little bit further and faster, you've really got to exuberate an element of control. Over here in the middle of the fairway, we find the wooden wood, the metal headed wood. So as that drive goes, it's slap bang in the middle. It wasn't my best strike, but I've got away with it and nothing seems too bad, and that I'd be okay. That's a wedge for me. That's normally a gap wedge or a lob wedge, and here's going to be a wedge. So at the moment I've not noticed a big difference. Well, that was the worst strike, but probably the best result so far because I've only hit one. That's down the middle. I've got away with that one, really got away with that. Right then, so the first metal wood. Can't believe how small the head is on this one. It's unbelievable. Worked last time though, so let's see if we can get a good one away with it. Oh, I've smoked that one. That is so good. Such a flat flight. It's so noticeable the difference in the flights, but even that's not far away from that other one that, oh, that was beautiful. That took me back there. Okay, so the old General, beautiful thing they are. They are gorgeous, these looking things. I don't think drivers of today have got anything in terms of looks on these bad boys, but forgiveness may be another question. Let's see how we get on with this one. Oh, I tell you what, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Didn't feel the greatest. Definitely pulled out of the sky quicker. We are downwind on here as well today, but I really struggled to launch this one in the middle one of the pack, the first metal wood. But I tell you what, I do like it. I think I might put this in my bag forever. This one, it's gorgeous. Right then, so we're just about getting to the ball that I hit with the wooden wood, which is going to be the worst one. The thing is though, out of all the 3 drives, I've only had to pick this one because it was the shortest. Now, with the other balls that I've hit, I've got number 1, the modern day driver that is the furthest, which was actually the worst struck one out of them. And then just parallel to us now, we've got the original metal headed wood. It's hard to tell the difference. I think the only difference at the minute is something where the mist strike is getting treated better, well, a lot better with the modern day wood. So is it any easier? Hard to tell at the moment. Right, so like I said guys, we're going to do the announcement of the giveaway for the 2 PM grind wedges and also the Exio putter. So the winners of the PM grind wedges are Mr. Ben Morris and also Mr. Ryan Cunliffe. You'll see the draws there, either side going those through the random draw picker. So congratulations guys, you have won yourself a PM grind 58 degree each. So I'll go back to your comment and we'll get in touch and I'll get those sent over to you. Okay, and the winner of this gorgeous looking Exio putter there, number 7 putter, is a Mr. Paul Phillips. So again, you'll see the random generator picking the name there. I'd obviously done that earlier. But again, Paul, I'll find your comment in the comments down below. Congratulations, you've won yourself this gorgeous putter. Let's go and get an end to this video and give you an answer. So, has golf got any easier? It's a tough question, I think, that I posed at the start of that video, but having played a few holes now with the wooden wood, the original metal headed wood, and now the new school driver as we all know it, what I've noticed is that if you don't quite get it, definitely with the new technology you get away with a lot more, definitely. But even so, when I didn't quite catch the wooden wood, I didn't see dramatic results in that. I was thinking that this would be light years in front of it. When I've not quite swung it great today, they've all been very similar. I think that, you know, that last hole really showed it up there, that I just had to pick the wooden wood because it was a little bit shorter than the rest. But it wasn't a million miles away. It's definitely a lot harder to launch these. So if you were looking for higher flighted drives, you know, that nice towering shape, low spin, I don't think these would be the ones to go for. This is definitely making it easier for our off-centered hits. So getting something that is oversized will make the game easier for you guys. But what I think we've all got to remember is that the golf swing hasn't changed that much over time. We're still trying to do the same thing. We're still trying to make sure that we're swinging the club in a consistent manner, seeing that we can try and get consistent contact with the ball, the face meeting the ball in the right place and it looking towards target. So the golf swing itself is still quite a hard thing to crack. So if you're ever being a little bit too tough on yourself, do remember it's a tough game, but something bigger headed will be a little bit easier to hit. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm going to whiz this one away now. If you have enjoyed it, do hit that like button for me. Do remember to subscribe to the channel as well. We've got more giveaways coming and loads more content to make you a better golfer this year. I hope you've enjoyed watching this, and oh, well, that wasn't my best one, but it still got up a little bit. I'll see you next time with another video, guys.